A Kevin James movie that doesn't suck. Can it be? Here Comes the Boom is a movie that follows Kevin James, and he's a high school biology teacher, and he decides to become a MMA fighter. Why? Because the school has been losing money over the past few years, and they're about to cut funding for all extracurricular activities, so he wants to try to inspire the kids and try to get the money that they need so they can keep all the programs alive. Now, going into this movie after seeing the trailer, I was like, okay, it doesn't look bad, and that, for Kevin James, that's a huge plus, because most of his movies have been terrible, and that's sad for me to say because Kevin James is a very funny guy. I loved him on King of Queens, but when he does stuff like Zookeeper, oh man. It's just terrible and sad to see, so I was hoping that this movie could be at least entertaining or just not terrible, and surprisingly, it was actually a very fun movie. I was very surprised at how much I liked this movie. Man, this whole year, I've just been surprised over and over again how many times I liked movies that I didn't think I would. Alright, first you have Kevin James, who is obviously the lead role in the movie, and I thought he was great in this movie. He really anchors the movie. He has great comedic moments, and obviously he hits those really well because he's a fantastic comedian, and there are also dramatic aspects that he does well too. The thing about this to me is that Kevin James doesn't play one of those like, oh, lovable idiots. He actually plays a guy with a head on his shoulders, and that's another thing that added to the movie, that he wasn't just a complete moron getting into these situations and somehow getting out of them. Now, it's not to say that that character can't work for some situations, but if he was like that in this movie, that would have been pretty bad. Then you have Henry Winkler and Salma Hayek as supporting cast for Kevin James. They're both fine. They have a couple funny moments in the movie. Most everyone else was fine. I don't really know their names, but Kevin James did have this one foreign trainer who I thought was really funny in the movie at times. One thing that surprised me about this movie was how dramatic it was. From the trailer, it looked like it was giving mostly comedy with, of course, like mixed in little hints of drama. Surprise, surprise, there is quite a bit of drama in this movie that really counteracts the comedy. It's almost half and half, and I thought that was really good because they handled the drama well. And just to say something about the comedy, it's not really stupid comedy, it's more comedy that you can relate to or laugh at or something like that. It's not just gross out humor. Problems with the movie, of course there are problems with this movie. There is a predictability factor that plays in, which I thought really put the movie down a bit, because I could predict almost 99% what was going to happen in the movie. Also, this movie has some feel-good moments in it, and to me, a couple times they just went a little bit too far with it. Like, they just really wanted someone to go, "Aw," or "that's cute," or whatever. It went too far for me, because it just went out of the realm of possibility, in my opinion, and I just didn't enjoy that part. Again, to my surprise, I really did enjoy this movie, and I'm gonna give it a medium-large popcorn. If you like Kevin James, I'm sure you'll like this movie. Even if you don't like Kevin James or you thought his movies in the past were terrible, I still think you should give this a shot. It's a very fun movie, has good heart, its intentions are correct, so that's all I can ask for. I have a movie that I just thought would be okay or could have been terrible. So there you have that. That's Here Comes the Boom. What are you guys thinking going into this movie? And if you've seen it after, did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favorite Kevin James movie? That's a tough one. Not what's your least favorite, what's your favorite? Write me in the comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button up there, because if you don't, you're watching Zookeeper 24 hours straight.